Oh, hi there. Thanks so much for showing up for your learning and for your desire to learn to fluently find the equation of a line from 2 points. I salute you. So, in order to complete this type of practice, we're going to need some random numbers. I like working with numbers between 2 and 12 for my practice. So, I like to roll two six-sided dice. You want smaller numbers? Roll fewer dice. You want bigger numbers? Roll bigger dice. Roll more dice. You do you. Okay. So I'm going to add these together in order. So I got 3 plus 6 is 9, 2 plus 6 is 8, 5 plus 5 is 10, and 3 plus 6 is 9. Oh, that's very interesting. They're very close. I just want to avoid the situation where I have like the same x value or the same y value, but I also get to do some positive and negative signs. So let's make that -9, and let's make that -9. So now I can actually visualize where that's going to be on the xy plane over here. So -9, 8 is over here at -9, 8, right there. This is the point -9, 8. And then the point 10, -9 is over here. Sorry, that's -9, -8. Jeez. -9, 8 is over here. That is the point -9, 8. I sometimes make errors while I'm talking. And then 10, -9 is down here, like that. All right, we want to visualize our answer first because it allows us to imagine what that line is going to look like as it goes through there. Looks something like that. So I know that its slope is less than 0. I know its slope is negative, and I know that its y-intercept, or b value, is pretty close to 0. Okay, it's going to be crossing the y-axis really darn close to 0. I'm not even sure if it's positive or negative without thinking about it algebraically. So now the next thing to do is to solve for the equation of the line. We're looking for the equation in y equals mx plus b form. And the first thing that we're going to do is calculate m. So our run is 19, our rise is. So it's -17 on 19. And here's how you find that. You say m is equal to the rise, the change in y, divided by the change in x, or otherwise known as rise over run. And I like to visualize that because then I make fewer sign errors. That's also why I do this first. And I see that I have to go down here to that point. I'm going down by 17, right? If I have an 8 and I take away 17, I get to -9. And that's my rise. And then my run over here, oh, it was over there. So my run was going from -9 to 10. So that's 19. So rise over run gives me -17 on 19. Next, I now know that the equation of this line looks something like y is equal to something x plus b, but I know the slope now. So I can just put that in. That's -17 on 19x. And then I take whichever one of these points looks nicer to work with. And to be honest, both of them are pretty nasty for this example. So let's choose this one. And I just put these values in. -9 is my y. So I have -9 is equal to 10 is my x. So that's going to be 10 there. And I'm multiplying that by -17 on 19 plus b. b is the number that makes that true. Okay, so now I know that's -170 on 19, and I want to add 170 on 19 to both sides of the equation to isolate b. But 170 on 19, I have to subtract 9 from that. What is that? Well, 9, when we do it, when we do this, we have to turn 9 into a fraction with a base of 19. So that's going to look like this. Just get myself some blank space. 9 multiplied by 19 on 19. Well, 9 times 19 is 171 on 19. Right. Yeah. Wow, how cool. Okay, so 9 times 19, it's 90 plus 81. 90 plus 81 happens to be 171. So we're going to do 170. So that 9 equals this. That's just when I multiply it by 1. Okay, so create a common denominator. So now I have 170 minus 171 on 19 is equal to b, making negative 1 on 19 equal to b. Remember when I told you that b was going to be very close to 0? Well, in fact, it's very, 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 very close. So my correct equation is y is equal to minus 17 on 19x minus 1 on 19. Okay, and then you just go ahead and check your work in Desmos. So to do that, just go ahead and Desmos and get yourself a fresh Desmos and type in your points, minus 9 comma 8, and then your other point is 10 comma minus 9, and then you're going to go ahead and zoom out so you can see both of those. Write in the equation of your line, y is equal to minus 17 on 19x. Oops, the x should be upstairs. There. It looks perfect, but it's not. If we zoom in, we'll see that we're missing by ever so slightly. Minus 1 on 19. There. And when we zoom in, we'll see that we binked those points, and we're very happy that our points are on the line, no matter how close we zoom in. Very good, everyone. So that's how we can train this ability to solve the equation of a line from 2 points on paper very fluently, just with random numbers. Do lots of examples and build up your skills to the point where you can do some mental math. So for the remainder of the video, I'll do one mental math down here. It won't have any fractions in it because then you really have to watch me stare at the screen for a long time. This is going to be 11. We'll make it negative. This one is 8. We'll make it negative as well. And then we've got 7 there. Let's have it be positive, and 6. Let's have it be negative. So our slope is 1 on 9. The rise is 2, and the run is 18, so that's 1 on 9. And then the b value, just give me a moment here. B is, oh wait, I did that wrong. That'll happen. B is 6 and 7 on 9, but negative. Okay, so our equation is y is equal to 1 on 9x minus 6 and 7 on 9, which is another way of saying 70 on 9. And then let's check it. I'm not doing anything different than what I did on paper, but because I've done a lot of these on paper, I can now do them in my head. Let's go. So we have, oh, here's another way you can put in your points. Just enter a table, and we can go negative 11 for x, negative 8 for y, 7 for x, negative 6 for y. I did visualize this in my mind, and it looked rather a lot like that. If you hit the zoom fit button, it will zoom to those points, and then just type in your equation. Y is equal to 1 on 9x, the x should be upstairs, minus 7t on 9. And now you get the delightful part of saying, where's my error? Okay, so I used this point over here. I knew that when you have y is equal to 1 on 9x plus b. Oh, 6 times 9 is not, it's 54. Right? So 54 plus 7 is going to give me 61 up here. There's my error. So actually, I think I learn more from the times when I have an error than when I don't. And in the interest of growth mindset, I'm going to leave that in the video to share my error with all of you. And I encourage you to also have a growth mindset about this stuff. When you're giving yourself a score for something like that, if you have an error and you can explain where it came from and find it later, then maybe give yourself a bonus point for that. Not as many as getting it right, though. All right. For all those of you for whom you were yelling at me that this was incorrect, I salute you and hope that you'll continue building your skills with mental math and math fluency challenges such as this. Bye for now, everyone.